Oh, that's just in the whales. It was yeah, it got a rain. I didn't have it tilted back enough, I don't think. Got a lot of water in the bow. But but the plug is pulled in the back, so yeah. Alright, so plenty of room for the jigsaw blade. This little wall here stop. There's another wall that stops right here. And I'm gonna cut here to give myself enough room to where I can add screws to where I can set this plate right back down in there. And then I'm gonna put this other epoxy all over the floor, so you will never see that this happened. My jigsaw blade is bent. I'm gonna bend it back. Yeah, good enough. All right, now we're gonna come back up this way. Oh, maybe I'll start. Oh, I'll just keep it running this way. All right. I would have rather used this saw with the plywood blade, but battery's dead. So jigsaw, it is. Another advantage of using this blade rather than the circular saw is this is gonna bottom out, and whatever it hits, it's not gonna cut on the bottom. It's gonna bend the blade before it cuts whatever's underneath it. So it's kind of a good thing that the battery did go dead on the saw, because I sure would have went cut crazy. I don't know. Probably, I don't know what's under there that could cut. It would hurt, but still, you know. If I had that saw, I could just set my depth. Ooh. See, I'm taking the curve of the boat. It's got that little rib. There's the rib. I think that curve of that boat's also curving this rib. I'm going to start back up here. Oh, that took forever. All right, here we go. Ow. Something's in my hand. This fiberglass broke off in there or something. That's a long tank, ain't it? And I still didn't go far enough. Look at that shit. Son of a gun. That's messed up. Yeah. What is this? This is just a wire with an eye on it. Like it went to this tank, maybe. Look, so, and this is, now we need the Sawzall and a long blade so I can cut the insulation away from the tank. So this is the longest blade we could find. We're just gonna kind of get on the side of it here. Nope, that sucker is stuck. Okay, I'm gonna need leverage. A pry bar of some kind. Yeah, grab it there too. We're gonna cut out something so we can kind of get that back to pull up and out. When we're done, we'll fill that back up with something. All right. Okay. It budged. I seen it budge. It moved. I just need a pry bar or something so I can really get under it. We got anything, Omar?
I'm going first.
All right. We found the pry bar. We might have to take this off. Yep. I think we are. Got a hat head. Yeah. Okay, now, yeah. All right, so. So let's try the pipe. If I get these two tanks right here, that'll probably give me another, at least another. how good a shape that's in. 4 hours of run time. Yeah. Smells like gas in there, but I know they're leaking. I filled them up one time. Yeah. Okay. Leverage. Now I need leverage. I need some leverage. Okay. See? That means something smaller. It's too big. Okay, so as you've seen, Omar cleaned the tank very well with 80 grit, I believe, on the sander. He got everything real good and clean. So we can kind of see the pits in the metal. You can see the big holes, you know, like we have a gas tank liner, which we're going to show you in a minute how we use it. But even the liner, some holes are going to be too big for that. So like this hole is like every bit of a 1/4 inch radius. That's too big for the liquid to seal it off. The liquid's more for pinholes, and the liquid will probably pour out of that. And then also, yeah, when it comes to gasoline or something like that, you don't want to trust a liner like that for big holes. It's not really made for big holes. It's made for like pinholes. So what I have now is the steel stick epoxy putty, steel enforced. It's made for gas tanks. You look on the package, it tells you applies to steel, iron, stainless steel, blah blah blah, and made for fuel tanks, which means that it is petroleum tested for fuel. You want to make sure that you do that too. This is supposed to be the world's strongest bond. All right, that's very important also. But what's the most important is, look, 4,000 PSI before it blows out. But what's the most important is being resistant to petroleum. We're not going to use this on the little small holes and try to guess where they're at, even though I did think about it. What we're going to do, look, some of the pits, you just don't know if they go all the way through or not, you know. Anyway, I'm going to grab this, pinch a little out. I don't like the way it sticks to your hands and it don't come off your fingers too well. So I use the lid and I mash it together. And this is going to start activating the two components that are going to start getting hard. It's like a part A and B. You're just going to mash them together to where one putty activates the other putty. When you see that it's one color, well, you know, well, then it's mixed well. But as long as you see two colors, it's not mixed good enough yet. Now, it all looks like one color to me. Pretty much. All right, so now we'll put this over, oh, and it gets hard very fast. So we're gonna put this over our big hole here. See? Just gonna kind of spread it out. You got a good clean surface to adhere to. So we're gonna pull it tight. All right. She got a damn putty knife, but look, see, and that's not quite a hole yet, but I'm still gonna add a little bit to it. I'm just gonna kind of hit it. Wherever you think there might be a little pin, you know, hole. Just go ahead and put a little on it. Ah, there's the big. All right. All right. Big hole. All right, so now to the next one. Same thing. I'm gonna squeeze a little out. Mix it together till it's the same color. So it's pretty much the same color. Now we can find a hole and patch it. So there's a little hole there. I'll kind of smear it in there. Very important to have clean metal for it to stick to. Remember things, it don't stick, nothing sticks to dirt. Don't think that you're probably gonna do it more than once if you've got a dirty surface that you're trying to get this stuff to stick to. Do the prep. This is the most important part. Always do the prep. Okay, where's another hole at on one? And this is the top. So it must be on the bottom on the other side. All right, so we're gonna flip it up. This is the top, so the sides, yep. Our holes are gonna be over here. Here's one. All right. There's one. Now, all the other holes on the tank, they're going to be small enough for the they'll be small enough for the tank liner that we're going to pour into here. All right, now that we have that, we're going to clean the tank out, the inside out. We're going to clean it with a degreaser and get a good clean surface for our tank liner to adhere to. Clean, clean, clean. That's the ticket. That's the key. That's what's going to make it work. That's what's going to make it last. So now we're going to get degreaser and pour into here, and then we're going to slosh it around in the tank. And then we're going to clean that out. We have Purple Power and concentrated industrial degreaser. Right, great, great. I thought I had some acetone. I wish I would have grabbed the denatured alcohol. Probably would have been good to throw in there too to clean after the degreaser. I'm going to do a degreaser rinse. And then I'm going to come back and then we're going to come back and do a vinegar rinse. Vinegar water rinse. I'm going to throw, we'll make it kind of strong. We'll add that much, and we'll fill the rest up with water. Okay, we're gonna pour that in. All right, then we're gonna slosh it around. Forgot that side has outlets where the hose. Okay, so we've sloshed around the degreaser. Now even the degreaser could leave a residue. So you definitely want to do a vinegar wash after the degreaser wash. Okay. Look at that. That's pretty nasty, huh? Aren't you glad we did that rinse? Look at that nastiness coming out. I think we need to spray it with the water hose real good until all that nasty is completely gone. I'm gonna get the water hose around here. So, with this tank in the boat, we should be able to get another 3 hours of run time. This is really big. It's a really big deal. 3 hours at 25 knots. Pour a little bit more in there. Yeah. Okay. We know we got some soap in there because we see bubbles, huh? Look at that. Oh yeah, there's some. Great. Now, we'll rinse again. And while that's going on, I'll go grab the vinegar. About a cup or so. So we see over here, as we're filling up the tank, we have a leak right here in that corner. So we know it needs attention. Now we're going to keep filling it up. Any other water leaks or wet spots, water trails, slow or fast, is of course what we're looking for. Now if that's the last one, that looks like a pretty big one. So here's the red coat. This is a gas tank liner. Resistant to alcohol and most fuel additives. Stays flexible, never crack, peel. Man, seals old rust in. We don't worry about that because this is aluminum, no rust. But still, we got a good clean surface work in here too. We dried it out real good. It got really hot with the blow dryer on the outlet here, inlet outlet, the inlet here. We put the blow dryer on it. It blowed in there. It got super.
It's good. It just was. It
It
was
got
about.
super hot. So anyway, now we're gonna pour enough of this in there to where we want to coat the sides mainly, but the sides because the top has no holes. So we're not really worried about coating the top of the tank. But we do want to get it in all the rest of the tank. Now, I don't want this stuff to be all over my sidewalk. It's gonna look like crap. So I'm gonna put something underneath the tank.
Like this one is a bit easy with this.
Yeah, see those
I know.
stuff. Huh? What do you mean?
Where's the baby? Where's the fucking baby?
He's on the porch.
Well, she left her in the fucking boat or something, dude. What the fuck?
She might go fishing by herself.
What the hell?
Yeah. Dang.
It's not funny.
Yeah, it is. All right, so I'm gonna try to pour this right up in there, I guess. Let me see it. You're right. Okay, let's try that. All right. This has got a spout, so maybe it'll be easier to get it in there. All right, so something like that. Also, this stuff gets dries pretty quick, so you definitely want to keep your lid on. You want to get your lid on there. Keep it on there. It don't store well either, so you want to use as much of this as possible. He's probably gonna take the whole. I think we're just gonna pour the whole quart in there and slosh it around. Really, it's $32 for a quart. You know, yeah. Let's just go ahead and put the whole quart in. Yep. Shoot. All right. See, there's plenty in there. All right, so we are rotating the tank. Turn it up the other way. There we go. Just rotating the tank, trying to get whatever solution is moving around in there. We want to keep it moving. I think it's about done though. And I hope that everything is coated very well. I think it's a good coat that got in there too. You know, a good thick coat, which is what you want. I do believe that's what we want. You know, we want it to be like a liner, a whole thick liner. Let's get this, kind of hit the outside spots, try to fill that in. Just used up this expensive $30 a quart material. Expensive. We wait for it to cure and dry. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time for this to dry before tomorrow morning and me put it in the tank. I mean, back in the boat. All right, so I got the tank set in the hole. I'm hooking back up these hoses. All right, and of course y'all see how that's gonna go. It's hard for me to do with one hand, more or less for the day. But yeah, we're gonna attach that there. We're gonna put the oil sending unit back in and hook up the Whatever that hose is. The hell is that hose? Whatever that hose is.